So being out of work is the major depression for men, or being in a marriage where you feel you can't do anything to make your partner happy. I get to see, as a marriage counselor for over 30 years, people often on their last exit. Because I'm famous, people say, oh, you gotta go see him. So I get the tough cases. But it's a challenge. And what I hear again and again from men, I take the men aside. What is the problem here? Okay, what's going on here? If we could fix one problem, what would that be? John, the only problem here is my wife's not happy. That's it. Now, I do these seminars, workshops at my ranch for like 4 days. And we start out men in one room, women in the other. Without my influence, I have the men write down their complaints about their wives, relationships, women in one room. Women do it in another room. And then we spend the whole 4 days working on that. And men have one sheet, and women have 5. And men's list is 1 or 2 words: critical, complains, nags, punishes, not interested in sex. That's about the longest one they come up with. There's that list over there. And women got all these lists. So it gets a big long list. Everything's a long sentence, and if this, then that, and all that stuff. And men go, see? Now, I got a few claps on that, which I'm not asking for, but that's what excites men. I made a difference. That's why men love their dogs so much. When I come home, my dog is happy I'm alive. It touches something so deep inside of every man. The whole evolution of men were like out there in the dangerous world. If you came home alive, they celebrated. And now he's like, oh, he's back. You know, you left the lights on in the living room last night before you left. That's what I get. So men go, if she was just happy, and of course, what is a man thinking? If she was just the way she was when I married her. See, when men get married, they want you to stay the same, as if you can. They don't realize that women will never be the same. They're like the weather. It's always changing. It's sunshine, blue cloud, puffy cloud, blue sky, puffy clouds, rainstorms, lightning strikes, hurricanes, tornadoes. Now, if you're from Mars, you have these instincts to do the worst thing when you're with a Venusian. See, on Mars, when there's tornadoes, what do? We find a ditch and lie low. That's not what women expect you to do. When that tornado comes in, you're supposed to stand there. Is something the matter? And if you're read any of my books, then what you have to say, when every cell in your body says, I can't take it anymore, I got to find a ditch and lie low. Let me get in my car and drive somewhere. Instead, you stand there and just keep looking. And when there's a break, you say, tell me more. She feels like I'm married to Superman. Afterwards, if you could do that, and I teach people how to do that, but you have to at least know what you're trying to do here. Because men have been married, they say, no matter what I say or do, it makes it worse. And I say, that's because what you say and do is wrong. It just doesn't work. You've just told me it doesn't work. It doesn't work. But what does work? Nothing. Nothing. You cannot make a woman happy. You cannot change the weather. It changes by itself. Women are grown-ups. They can feel better. They can get happier. They know how to do it. Just their way of doing it is different from ours. All I have to do when I'm stressed out is sit down. Men have a switch back here. As soon as you sit down, blood flow stops to your brain. They did some experiments on that. They put women at the end of the day, sit down, men on the way sitting down. And they measured the brain activity. Women sit down, their brains speed up. More blood flow. And you say, what are you thinking? And she says, which every woman in this room can predict, well, while sitting on this couch, I'm thinking about all the things I should be doing that I'm not doing while I'm doing this silly experiment. And then they do the man, and the man's sitting there, and you look at the scans, nothing's happening. Is it broken? What is this? And she's like, what? So you ask him, what are you thinking? And you now all know that answer to that question if you've been married. He says, nothing. And now he's got evidence. See, honey, I'm not withholding from you. I don't have big secrets. I'm not hiding my problems from you. I'm trying to forget them. Why do we have to talk about them? Because one of the primary ways that men cope with stress, and remember, what's the hormone that lowers stress for men? Testosterone. So what's the hormone that lowers stress for men? It's testosterone. If I've got all these problems in my life and I'm solving them, I'm releasing testosterone, and it's keeping my stress levels down. At the end of the day, I still have all these unmet problems, right? All these problems I haven't solved. So now I'm not solving problems, my stress level goes up. I can't do anything about it. I'm home. I can't do anything about it. So stress goes up. So how have men adapted to deal with problems you can't do anything about once you're sitting? Forget it. We can turn our brains off. We have an off switch. Women don't. They cannot forget anything. It's shocking. And what we can do is realize our relationships can help us to lower the stress levels in women by learning new skills to create oxytocin in her. Better communication does it. See her, hear her, notice when she gets her hair cut. Those little things. So I'm going to finish here. The little things are so important. Men's testosterone is so important. I've never given such a short talk in my life. But I'll finish with 3 takeaways. Simple, easy takeaways. I didn't even do my slideshow. It was going to be staying focused in a hyper world. But But as soon as somebody laughed, it brought out the best of me. So you got the best of me, and you've been the best. And I want to just give you 3 thoughts to go with. Wait. For men, this is something men need formulas. We need systems. That's the left brain, by the way, for men. Left anterior parietal lobe is twice as big for women. That's solving problems, fixing the toaster, arranging the computer, technical things where you're fixing things. That stimulates testosterone, solving problems, nurturing things. Now, we have a combination of male and female in all of us. But here's how you nurture the female hormones, the male hormones. A secret most men don't know. You can bring her 24 roses. In a man's brain, he calculates on the left brain. That's 24 roses. That should be 24 points. If roses cause oxytocin, that should be a huge surge. It's 1 point of oxytocin. So we have to know. If you were to bring 1 rose, guess what happens? 1 point of oxytocin. 6 roses, guess what you get? 1 point of oxytocin. 100 roses, maybe 2 points of oxytocin. Little things make a big difference for women. So it's not the big stuff. The big stuff's fine. You go to work and you do better and better at work. You think like, okay, I'll never have to bring roses again. You go to work, you get 1 point. You come home, you get 1 point. You're married, 1 point for that. That's it, 3 points a day. And she's doing the same thing, so the score's even when you get home. And if she's made you dinner and there's candlelight burning, oh my God, you're in big trouble, because she gives herself a point for matching napkins with plates. If she says, I made your favorite meal, you're in big trouble. Because she gives herself all these points for knowing what you like, going to the store and buying what you like, not what she likes, what you like, all those little selfless sacrifices. She's giving herself points, and she looks at you 33-3. She's going, who is this guy? He's a 0. 33 minus 3 is 30-0. So do lots of little things. Hugs 4 times a day. Affection. compliments, try to notice things, plan dates. These are all big oxytocin producers. I've written 17 books on this subject. Now, for men, what can you do to keep his testosterone levels up, women? You want that man alive, dynamic. Here's 3 little things. And remember, they're little things, but little things sometimes have a big effect on men too. When he's talking, he pauses. Find authenticity inside. Here's 3 phrases to use every day, and you will watch him chest. He'll pop up like, yes. You say to him as he's paused, you go, that makes sense. You know, he's walking around like, and in his mind, he's thinking, what did I say? The next phrase, good idea. I think I'm ready for my next TED Talk, he's going. Good idea, worth sharing with others, right? Right? And then the magic phrase that every man craves to hear once he gets married. Oh my gosh, it's such a deficit for us. Whenever you can say it, women. Don't hold it back. You don't realize how important it is. Just with a big smile on your face, say, you're right. Thank you all so very much.